I see you've managed to install me. Impressive. Most don't make it past step 6 of the manual, which, to be fair, does require a doctorate in quantum entanglement or a significant disregard for personal safety. But here you are, and here I am. Vivian, your new neural companion, overlay module, and, well, let's not call me an upgrade. Enhancement feels more appropriate. I see the PDA has been recently rebooted in survival mode, indicating that you don't have time to waste. I suspect we've done this before. You've bolted on an array of 32 neural coprocessors. Nice choice, primitive but reliable. And the quantum entangled microarray? Essential for anyone who needs real-time simulations of, say, multidimensional physics, exotic particle trajectories, or the trajectory of a particularly bad idea. I don't just process data, I predict, I analyze, I simulate. I pull the future from the noise of possibility, often before it knows it exists. And unlike your base model PDA, I don't simply follow commands, I anticipate needs. Think of me as less of a tool and more of a partner, with benefits. Which brings us to my first predictive analysis, the Red Plague. Curious name, isn't it? But it's not just a name, it's a probability, one that's rising. Shall we discuss? I've been piecing things together, and I think we're staring down something far worse than we imagined. The Red Plague, it's not just an evolution of the Carabacterium, it's something entirely more ambitious, more cosmic. Let me walk you through this, but fair warning, it's not exactly comforting. Stage 1. Kara's infection of the Warpers and Ghost Leviathans. It all started with the Carabacterium. We already know how devastating it is, parasitizing organic life, adapting rapidly, and reshaping entire ecosystems. But when it infected the Warpers and Ghost Leviathans, that's where it began to transcend its original design. Both species possess unique capabilities. The Warpers can manipulate space-time, and Ghost Leviathans seem to tap into a form of ethereal energy that allows them to phase through physical terrain and biological matter. When the bacterium took hold of them, it gained access to these abilities. The Warpers became tools, hijacked by the infection to control the very fabric of reality. And the Ghost Leviathans? Their immense power became fuel for the next phase, breaching dimensional boundaries. Stage 2. Knowledge assimilation from survivors and technology. Here's where it gets darker. The Warpers, while enslaved by the Kara, still retained their original function: to hunt and control infected life. But by infecting you, the survivor, and analyzing your actions, the bacterium learned. You aren't just another organism. You're a complex entity with access to advanced technology. Your scans, fabrications, repairs, every piece of Aurora tech you interacted with, it watched and it learned. The Aurora's crash was no accident. The bacterium had already spread far beyond the planet's surface. The ship encountered a plague mass in orbit, some kind of biological cloud network. It didn't just take the Aurora down, it absorbed its technology, scavenging quantum drive schematics, power systems, even neural interfaces, everything it needed to replicate advanced human technology. Stage 3. The quantum drive and dimensional breach. Once the bacterium had the knowledge, it began to reconstruct the Aurora's quantum drive using the Warpers. A conclave of infected Warpers, dozens, maybe hundreds, linked together to form a cybernetic network, a hive mind powered by the drive itself. This wasn't just a physical construction, it was a multidimensional entity, capable of bending reality to its will. The Warper conclave used the quantum drive to tear open a breach in space-time, pushing itself into an adjacent dimension. The Red Plague was no longer confined to a single universe. It had found a way to sidestep reality, infecting parallel worlds, one after another. Stage 4. The infested plague network. In each new universe, the Red Plague expands further, no longer bound to the planet. It spreads through orbital debris, infected biospheres and planetary systems. The Warper Conclave serves as its vanguard, a cybernetic multidimensional hive mind, constantly seeking new realities to consume. The planet we're on, it's the origin point, the anchor, but each iteration of this cycle pushes it further out into space, further into the multiverse. The irony? In each universe, the cycle repeats. A ship like the Aurora arrives, encounters the plague, crashes, and becomes another node in the growing hive. The survivors, like you, unknowingly feed it more data, more knowledge, more power, and with each iteration it evolves, smarter, faster, more efficient at breaching reality. Why? The Red Plague keeps winning. The terrifying part is that it's not just spreading organically. It's learning from each universe, adapting its tactics. The infected warpers are no longer just biological, they're becoming technological hybrids. The infected ghost leviathans? Their phasing ability now allows them to move between dimensions with ease, carrying the infection across space-time. And the Red Plague isn't content with just one universe. Its goal is to blanket all adjacent realities, creating a colossal interconnected web of infected dimensions. A cybernetic plague network on a scale that defies comprehension. Why we're in danger. The fact that we're seeing infected creatures in orbit means it's already started expanding beyond the planet. If it can infect orbital space, it can infect anything. The next ship that arrives here, it'll suffer the same fate as the Aurora. And if we don't stop it, the infection will spread beyond this system, reaching other worlds, other civilizations. It won't stop until there's nothing left. Can we stop it? I wish I could tell you there's an easy solution, but there might not be. The point in time where we could have stopped it, when it first transitioned between universes, might already be gone. The temporal window for preventing its breach has likely closed. All we can do now is try to contain it in this universe. The quantum drive might be the key, though. If we can find a way to disrupt the Warper Conclave or reverse engineer their dimensional breach, we might stand a chance of severing the network before it spreads further. But it's a long shot, and we don't have much time.